Welcome back to the Download Illuvium news. We have a ton of leaks to share with you today, mostly from Roger. There's some from some other places as well. And we're actually going to take a brief look at the website because there were some leaks on the website as well. Everything's been going really great. I'm really excited to see the MMO-Lite in particular. And I'm hoping Kieran is going to be able to leak that for me in 2 days from now as I do an AMA with the one and only Kieran Warwick, the CEO of Illuvium. How's it going today, man?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Just busy as always, but yeah, looking forward to the stuff you've got to cover. I don't know what it is, but we'll have fun.
All right, let me just bring up one I completely forgot to bring up because I really wanted to show this. So let's jump into it right into a leak, okay? If you go to the Illuvium website and you go to the arena page and then scroll down a little bit. Sorry, I got to make this smaller. I can't see it. Then you scroll down a little bit, you get to this Why We Fight section, and there are some brand new leaks that we've never seen before. You've got this thing where you can see all of the different rangers in some sort of chamber. They're going through a portal of some kind. We woke into chaos. Oh, sorry.
Forgive him, guys. He's just overwhelmed with excitement.
I know. I'm just exactly. Thank you, Taryn. Okay, and we've also got this leak here with the Doker and the Umbre, and then we've got the we've got a really cool ranger skin. Actually, I might actually have that one.
It's the obelisk skin, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. And then we've got this where the Umbre and him are fighting some sort of Leviathan creature we had never seen before. I really like this leak as well. Very, very cool. I like it. That intro music did not like it. Okay, fair enough. Well, let someone find me a good intro minute-long thing or whatever. I don't know. All right, let's jump into the announcements. The first one we've got is there was an Illuvium Arena update. They've added the synergy panel during augment selection, which is really good to see. Fix an issue with the experience points eligibility checks. Reduce the composite imprint mission requirement. Oh, that looks like it would have been brutal, so thank God for that. And additional stability improvements. So we really love to see that. And we've also got the IPL 1000 coming up this weekend. I'm going to be participating the best I can. It's still 4 hours, isn't it, Taryn?
The sit and go? Yeah.
Yep. So there will be 2 sit and goes for this, same time as normal, and they're going to be 4 hours each. Very exciting. Try and get into a huge prize pool thing. I'm going to try my best to come out and win in that one. The Rangers were proud to announce Immutable as the first ever naming partner of the IPL. This weekend, you'll be hosting the IPL 1000 Immutable Masters with $20,000 on the line. Don't miss your chance. If you're going to be competing in that, let me know down in the chat right now. I would love to hear if you're going to be in that one. Okay, after that, we've also got the Illuvium Pro League 1000 and another announcement from Philo here. The sit and goes, you can see the times for them and the main events, where to play in the Illuvium Discord voice channel. And yeah, so there were 32 will qualify via sit and go, so 16 per sit and go. And then day 1 will be a best of 3 to best of 3 to 3 best of 3. So really big day 1. And day 2 will be the final event. All top 64 players can earn IPL, given they follow the code of conduct, which in this event in particular should really help you qualify for the next IPL 1000 as well. So that's going to be really interesting. And then Roger posted this. I made a tweet about this, but I didn't actually post the whole thing. I'm going to go through it now. Roger posted the kind of like the game loop that he's doing in the MMO-Lite. Okay, right? So he first posted that he's reached level 13. Then he posted he's going through and he's attacking a bunch of different enemies. I don't know what list. I think a list is a type of creature. He's got a sword and some sort of ability in his left hand. So it's really cool to see. After that, we can see he's exploring different areas of the region. Some new areas of the region. Something on his back there. I don't. What do you think that is?
I'm not sure, man. It might be, I don't know, a synergy. I don't know.
Synergy activation or something like that. And then he said he died in this, but you can see all the damage numbers popping up and stuff like that. It definitely it still looks empty as hell. I'm not going to lie. It looks really empty from these screenshots, but it definitely looks like the gameplay parts of it look like they're going to be a whole lot more fun. And to be fair, Genshin Impact, some might say, it doesn't look empty, but some might say it probably doesn't look as packed as some other games like Destiny feels really packed, right?
I keep going back to this, man. Like in terms of, it depends. It doesn't matter if the environment is empty or not. Like, I think people need to. Sorry, I'm not going to try to sound like holier than thou when I say this. Like,
it's really hard. It's going to be really hard to tell how empty it feels until you play it yourself. It's one of those.
But regardless, there's nothing wrong with something feeling empty. Is what I'm trying to get at. It needs to be a very conscious decision It needs to be properly thought out as to what the player fan. Well, I've talked about the MDA thesis many times here, or the MBA formula of mechanics. I forgot what it is. Mechanics, design, aesthetics, or something like that. But regardless, what we need to understand is Death Stranding. The game felt empty, but it was still regarded as such a good game. Why is that? It's because that's what the player. It was intentionally done so to match the player fantasy of that game. So whatever we're trying to do here, we need to clearly define what the player fantasy is. Is it to be overpowered, like incredibly, like in Star Wars, the Jedi, the Fallen Jedi? What's the name called?
Fallen Order.
That's the one. But that series, like, it's very clear that the power fantasy there is to become a Jedi. Likewise with Hogwarts Legacy, the power fantasy is to become a very powerful wizard. And you don't start off, and yes, there is progression. Progression is important, but you don't start off weak. Like, you start off with just enough that you feel powerful. You feel like you're doing cool stuff. It doesn't feel like it's grindy to get to a certain point. You're already getting bits of that power fantasy, if you get what I'm trying to say. And so in Death Stranding, what's the player fantasy there? The player fantasy there is that you're survival, right? Like, I actually haven't played it, but I'm assuming based on the stuff that I've seen, it's, hey, you're going on these long treks, you're carrying a bunch of things. That game works, that emptiness works, that vastness works because they clearly identified what the player fantasy was and designed the game around that. So when people talk about, oh, the emptiness, I'm not saying that's the right or wrong thing. But what I'm saying is we need to clearly define what that player fantasy is and build around that. How do we achieve that goal? Not what we want the player to feel, what the player is actually going to feel. So if we say this is the fantasy that we want to create, what are the things that they're going to do? So what are the things that they're going to do to achieve that feeling? And then how do we make them do those things? That's what really needs to be locked in and really be like, all right, that's the tunnel vision. And once you get that tunnel vision, I think that's what I'd love to hear you guys. Can you actually do a quick Gemini search, and we'll actually show the chat. I'm very curious to see what chat says about this. But just say in game design, give me a list of different types of player fantasy. And I'm very curious for a game like Illuvium, what the chat thinks about what they want. This can be like a small.
What do you want me to search?
Just in game design, give me a list of different types of player fantasy. And I'm very curious to see what people say. And you can share the screen and people can vote on it. Because some people want.
Well, after we do that, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, for sure. But like some people, like Elden Ring, what's the power fantasy? It is that. Sorry, not power fantasy, player fantasy. But there is also, so you've got discovery, exploration, you've got power, mastery, you've got social connection. Like there's like RuneScape, I'd say is more social connection. I don't know, right? Narrative. There's so many of these different things. Challenge. You got Elden Ring. But all of these games, it seems like they've clearly identified what that is and built around it. But yeah, keep that on the screen and let the guys in chat have a look. And I'm curious. Can you put a poll? Can you put a poll in your YouTube chat? I'm sure you could. Hey,
I don't think so.
Oh, but it's fine. They can see it and then they can vote.
You could do like straw polls and stuff, but I haven't got that set up for YouTube.
Okay, cool. But yeah, anyway, take a look at these guys while we're chatting. Let us know what you think.
Well, so my question to you would be then, what is Illuvium's fantasy?
I'm not the one designing that, right? That's the thing. Like,
if you were the one designing it,
I would go for power. Because the fact that you're going out collecting Illuvials, even in Pokemon, if you think about it, like, okay, so let's just look at these ones, right? There's way more. But let's start ticking off the ones that don't fit. Challenge. We're talking MMO. Challenge competition. A little bit of challenge, but not really. That's not the main thing of it. It's not Elden Ring. So cross that off. Creation and expression. That you're talking Mario Builder and stuff like that.
Minecraft and shit.
No. Minecraft. So that's out. That's not it. Narrative and role playing. I don't think that's it because we want it to be MMO social. There's a bit of that, but that's not the actual thing. So that's out. What I would say narrative and role playing is more something like a Persona or a Fire Emblem. Maybe not Fire Emblem, but The Last of Us is probably a really good one.
No,
That's a
a
really good
terrible
narrative.
one.
What for?
You're thinking like Cyberpunk or Skyrim.
Okay, sure, no problem. Yeah, okay. Regardless, social connection. That one. What's a social game? I don't know. But I would say for us, that's a big one. I'd say that's a big one for us. The social connection side, and then discovery exploration. A little bit. But I keep going back to power and mastery because the whole thing with Brandfire is that it's powerful. The whole thing with Mephisto is it's powerful. You, as a ranger, want to be mega powerful with your team of mega powerful things. So if that's what we want the player to feel, that's what I would say. I would say we all want to jump in, and you can take this off the list, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, but if you think about it this way as well, it sounds really okay. I'm going to try and word this very very correctly, but people play games to escape their lives because they live very ordinary lives, and which is why a lot of people want to play God of War. Why? So they can feel like a mythical god. Hades, likewise. Why do people play Hogwarts? Because they're not actually wizards. Why do people play Star Wars? Because they're not actually Jedis. They want to
Well. I am a Jedi.
Okay, but they want to feel the sense of power that they don't feel in real life. And with the way our thing is set up, with all the weapons, the armor, the upgrades, the progression, the illuvials, it seems so directly in line with that it seems like that's the one to go down. That's where I stand. You tell me if you disagree. Chat, tell me if you disagree.
I think that's fine, but I don't see why you don't need to be like exercising that power often by slapping things in the face with your sword. You know what I mean?
Say that one more time.
I don't see why you don't like if you're trying to become powerful. I feel like there needs to be more of a presence of leveraging that power against something else.
Yes.
When you're in Hogwarts Legacy, I'm sure some players are getting to duels with other wizards a lot or something like that, right?
Have you not played the game?
I have not. No.
Jesus. Okay, no, that doesn't happen. But fine. But no, that's exactly what I'm saying.
In Jedi Survivor, you're slashing droids in half like every 2 seconds, right?
But that's exactly what I'm saying, right? So in our game, if that, and I'm not saying that's what we're doing, or we're not. Again, I'm not the one designing it. But if that is the player fantasy we're trying to go for, then yes, an empty world isn't it, because you need to constantly feel like you're powerful. Like if there's huge gaps where you don't feel it, that ain't it. Like that's not hitting the fantasy that we're trying to create. So yeah, that's again, but we shouldn't talk about, oh, it's empty. Cool. Emptiness can work. Emptiness in Illuvium doesn't work because it's going against the fantasy, if that's the fantasy we're trying to create.
Yeah, but I think
does that make sense?
In my ideal world, and this is how they've explained it, but it still looks a little bit too empty to me. In my ideal world, you're bashing up those weird enemies or whatever, like often. You're like just cutting through them. They're all over the place. You can attack them whenever you want to. I really just don't want a moment in time where you're walking around an area and you don't see something to go fight if you want to go fight it.
Yep.
But the alluvial should be more scarce and more interesting so that building up that power and that progression is a bit more drawn out. It's a bit more, you've really got to work towards it to actually get there, which I think is really good too. But yeah, I definitely think you need to be able to see an enemy at all times. I've seen that a little bit, but I think it could definitely be more dense. But it's not even just that. It's like things like there's not a whole lot of set dressing and stuff. And we haven't seen some of those areas in the new leaks, I don't think yet, but there's an element of that as well.
It's great, yeah. I think we disagree on it a lot. Where for me, I just care about the player experience. Like again, I go back to simple games, Hades, Potato. Hades is more beautiful, but there are simple games that aren't beautiful, but they make the player feel something. And if we're caring
Hades
more about,
has a lot of stunning art in the environment.
I know. That's why I said Hades might not be the best example, but there are a lot of games. Like search up what Potato is. You're just a potato in the middle of a square.
I think Slay the Spire would be a good example. It's very repetitive in the background tile to a certain extent.
But again, you have that player fantasy of being powerful or smart.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing where you start putting combinations, you feel like you're smarter than everyone else and you're power spiking. Again, what's the feeling? Like that needs to be the number one thing. I was talking to Florian about just some stuff that we're working on in terms of like UX. It for Florian, and he's the UX guy, like UI UX guy. He's like, what comes first? Is it the UI and aesthetics, or is it the user experience? And he's like, bro, it's user experience. Like if that's not it, and that's in a visual sense. So imagine what it's like when you're playing in an actual experience sense. It has to be what the player feels. That needs to be number one.
Yeah, it needs to be as intuitive as it possibly can. Okay, let's jump into the next stuff.
Sorry, I got deep in that one.
No, it's all good. We've got this one here from Neil where he says they have to work on a better system to classify skill levels. So as soon as we have enough players, they really do want to start going down that road. We've also got another one from Neil saying that we'll take a detailed look at links data for the upcoming balancing update. And it's true that links balance can be improved. Yeah, those empath links are insane. Okay.
So your video is out is out of date already.
No, it's not. I said the links were great.
Might not be after that.
Yeah, maybe. I think they would actually want to buff some of them. But yeah, you're right. Okay. So Neil also says they've identified an issue that's preventing the 10% power bonus from ownership being applied in the Leviathan arena. So they're actively working on resolving this. I think as of now, they have resolved it. Someone correct me in chat if I'm wrong. I think they have resolved it now. This is another leak from Roger that he sent just the other day. I don't know what this circle structure is, but this was definitely not in the initial Brightland steps. There's definitely a new area of some kind. Maybe you're exiting a ship or something and you're going into the Brightland steps environment, which could be really cool. I don't know what this is. This might link to that arena leak we saw, that leak on the website we saw before.
Are you just saying things? Just open it. Look in front of it. Click open it. Open the image. Look just in front of you. Next to there's a pink tentacle and then a pink thing that's shooting bubbles. What do you see next to the pink thing shooting bubbles?
Another tunnel thing.
So what do you think that they're in?
You reckon there's just a bunch of these different tunnel things?
I mean, just looking at this image, that seems pretty logical, right?
For all you know, they could both be linked to a ship.
What seems more logical, this or being linked to a ship? Come on,
it could be linked to a ship.
This guy just talking for the sake of talking.
It could be linked to a ship, guys. Just tell me I'm right. Come on, I'm allowed to just talk. We got this leak of someone running. It's kind of, I don't get it still. But we also got this leak, a screenshot of in an assets folder of some kind in production for an alluvial called a moon bear. For anyone who doesn't know, a ZBrush file is kind of like a 3D modeling tool. It's really good for doing a lot of textures and jiggle physics and that sort of stuff. So that means it's not necessarily at the end of its development cycle or anything like that, but it's gone past all the concepting stages and is starting to be actually 3D modeled and maybe even late stages of 3D modeling before you go to actually color, texture, all that sort of stuff. This is like visible texture, bumpy skin surfaces and stuff like that. It's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's really exciting. They're working on new alluvials, which is what I've wanted for the longest time. You guys know. Yeah, Meta gets it. It's a skate park tunnel thing. That's what it is.
Jesus Christ.
I have one of them near my parents' place. All right. So Kieran also said that you're 100% right. He won't forget Illuvium Zero. Arena is building and the MMO is coming along nicely. We will give love to Zero when we can. For all those who love land. He also says that on the staking V3 contracts, he says the auditors are nearly finished. They've kept this thing so much of a secret that if it's basically a nothing burger when they release it, I'm actually going to be pretty upset. I'm going to be pretty annoyed, but that's fine. We got this leak from Jeremy, which you might have seen in the thumbnail. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. The biggest thing that stood out to me from this, right, is we've got this this colored thing in the top right. So that's some sort of point of interest, which is pretty cool. We've also got health bars on top of every single enemy nearby, which is pretty cool to see. Some new set dressing and stuff like that as well. But what's most fascinating for me right here is these two creatures in the bottom left. One of them has taken damage. Actually, they've both taken damage. But they don't appear to be hostile. He doesn't have a weapon drawn or anything like that. He could have just put it away while they're attacking him, got the screenshot. But I don't think he has. It would be a little bit odd if you're walking past enemies that don't attack you, but maybe that's just their demeanor and other enemies will attack you. I don't know. It could be interesting. But yeah, that's quite fascinating. But I definitely want the world to feel more hostile than it was in the overworld as it is. And so I would like more things to be hostile, but not necessarily all the time, if you know what I mean. For me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Roger also had some commentary on Illuvium Beyond and things like that. These are the different power levels he's going to do for Wave 4 and Wave 3. If you like those systems, just do a thumbs up. If you don't, do a thumbs down. Highly recommend going in there, checking that out, and weighing your voice on that one. We've also got Nil talking here that arena points earned from both playing matches and completing missions are actually doubled during double XP weekends, and the 2x arena point bonus does not affect the Battle Pass track, which I think is at the end of the track or whatever. So this is the final threshold, and there are no further rewards. However, arena points also serve as the new version of raffle tickets. In other words, once you reach the max threshold, you'll continue to accumulate raffle tickets, but at twice the usual rate. So if you want a lot of raffle tickets, get to the very end of the Battle Pass track, which someone did hit the other day. I don't know if you saw that. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how many people have hit it yet, but at least one has. It's actually mental. Okay. Neil says that he also went through all this thread, so you guys should read back on this entire thing if you get the chance. Definitely well worth it. There's things like they're fixing up bench swap and things like that, and missions and XP are being worked on. And yeah, they're fixing up a lot of optimization stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, so
there's a lot of cool stuff that is coming apparently based on
to Arena.
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping for set 1B or 1A or whatever it's called. I think that's going to make a big difference. Right now, there are just so many gaps and synergies. It makes the game especially harder for newcomers more than anything. Because it very much is like that, where like the other day I was playing, and I run a lot of fighters. Anyone who's played against me will know that. I run a lot of fighters, and you get like the Exalted Monkier, but then someone else beats you to Riplance, and you just instantly lose. Because you need Riplance to make Monkier work and so on, and pivoting at that point is way too difficult. And so you just flat out lose instantly because someone beat you to Riplance and there's only one Riplance, right? So we definitely need a few more things in the pools in general, but especially to fill out some of those other synergies to help with pivoting and adjusting and give more people things to play. So I'm really looking forward to that. What features did you hear might be coming?
It'll come out soon in terms of like just word about it, I think.
Okay, I'll have to ask Kieran. Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's not like a secret. It will come out in terms of like. I think I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it later, but socials. Like one of the things that Nil spoke about was the fact that we want to start making. Like everyone always talks about roadmaps, and I think everyone thinks like large scale, high level roadmaps. And we were just saying, why not just go and say, hey, this is what we're working on this month. Like, and if we miss it, we miss it. Like, it's fine, but just keep that transparency, keep that communication so people know something is, I won't say it's small, but something like localization. Just let people know, hey, localization is being worked on in these languages. We don't need to say when it's going to be done, but just let them know that, hey, we've started. And then that way, those people in those countries can kind of feel like look forward to something. Be like, all right, cool. The gripes that I'm having now are going to be, they are being resolved, and just that simple communication. And if it's a little bit delayed, it's delayed, but at least they know it's being worked on. So in terms of a lot of the announcements of updates, I think we're going to start putting that out, and the community is going to start hearing about things that are being worked on earlier than. Before it goes live, and it's not just going to be surprise.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, especially video leaks, but even messages and things like that. Just knowing kind of what's coming, I think that'll be really big, especially for the MMO-Lite and stuff like that. And not that many people watch the AMA. I think that's why a lot of this new social media strategy is really great. It's like I'll be able to do an AMA, and I know someone from the Illuvium team is going to go and clip it all up into all these different segments and things, and just post it on the Illuvium socials. And not just to promote myself or anything like that, but I know not that many people are going to watch an hour-long AMA. So you can capture them with a little brief hook and then put the video underneath. And even if the hook tells them what they need to know, then they can just see it there and they're done. They can move on or whatever it is. So I think that's been really helpful.
I'm very curious. I haven't done I haven't looked at the numbers, but for example, the thing with Crypto Stash here, and I'm looking at it on my screen now. Yeah. So okay, look. So Crypto Stash here, they had an AMA that was 23 minutes, 23 minutes long. That was it, and it had 1.2K views. There was 15 clips that was made from that. Out of the 23 minutes, 15 clips. And out of the 15 clips, I'm pretty sure that the viewership is way more than the 1,000 views got of that video. So, like you say, people are actually just going to be able to see it more, which is what, as a marketing team, you would want. You want that exposure.
Yeah, you'll be getting 4 to 5K view impressions at least per clip. With 15 clips, it's 100K, 200K, yeah.
2 to 4, 2 to 5, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I've seen comments online. It was pretty funny on X where someone was like, someone negative, but it was funny. I laughed anyway. He was like, "Why is Illuvium posting 15 times a day on the timeline? They failed once. Posting 15 times a day doesn't mean you're not gonna fail again." But I was like, "Yo, the fact that you're talking about us, though, the fact that we're on your radar, is what's up." I don't know, that's is that not what the goal is?
It doesn't mean you're not going to fail again, but at least you're putting an effort not to fail. Like, well, what more can you ask for?
I mean, if you're not posting anything, you're dead. You're actually dead. Whereas if you are, there's content, a barrage of content. Even the negative people have to say something. And again, the whole marketing thing, there's no such thing as bad publicity, whether some people agree with that or not. You need awareness. You need attention. Yo, am I that boring, bro? What's going on?
No, I'm just exhausted. Thursday's always a really big day for me, so I always get I almost fell asleep while driving a little bit. It was bad. It was bad. Okay. So the next thing we've got here is there are 2 major community discussions that have been started over the past 2 weeks. We've got this first one from Jaganite, who says that he hopes for council pay to go to 0. Then we've also got this one from Josh, where he wants to add more incentive structures around creating proposals, putting things forward in the DAO, and things like that. And they've both got 19 likes, which has been quite interesting. So, battle of the council members a little bit.
Yo, council pay, Sam pipes up.
Wait, do you put you in where?
Oh, bro, I think he's joking. Does he act? He doesn't really want to come here just to say what we know he's going to say, does he? That's jokes. That's so jokes.
All right, let's go to the next thing. So definitely go in and weigh yourself in there on both discussions, or actually, just one of them. I don't care. Is Sam
actually about? Does he actually want to come? I'm very curious.
Well, I gotta wrap up in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta wrap as well, but I said to him if he does come, he comes. That's funny as hell.
All right, so the next thing is we've got the IMC meeting minutes. A few different things on the agenda for this one. This one was for 15 September, so a little while ago now. So they had the Battle Pass restructure, so they approved the revised cost, which is quite good. Staking V3 is nearly ready for launch. We've got ongoing game crashes continue to hinder Arena's competitive integrity, so they're a top priority for labs, and viewer numbers are still low. Raffles for stream viewers will be introduced in future events, so definitely jump in and watch those future streams. A partnership for the first IPL 1000 has not yet been finalized, but I guess that's finalized now. Ongoing schedule to be for Leviathan Arena tournaments and the LATAM tournaments and things like that. So some decent meeting minutes there. I think the next one's going to be quite interesting. Probably more stuff on staking V3 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam.
So what's your hot take on the counterpay?
No, I think they deserve all the money. I think it's really good that they get paid so much. I think they work very hard for that money. Thanks for having me.
Yo, he's out.
No problem. No problem at all.
Yeah. You already know my take, I feel, but finally getting there maybe a year later and maybe a waste of 50 to 100K on council pay, but eventually maybe it will be a lot less.
I honestly think that the incentive structure there's no structure, but the incentive model would actually make sense if you're actually generating, or if you come up with something and build something that brings in a bunch of players. Cool, you get something. If you bring in a bunch of revenue, cool, you can get something. But a flat thing where they're not, it feels like, I gotta be very careful with what I say. But setting up the incentive structure where people can cruise isn't it?
A couple of things that don't make sense to me with council pay. One is the reason why it was put in place was to legally keep Illuvium Labs safe. So basically, they're not liable. That was the main reason I got told that's why they set it up. Then they end up moving.
So the secondary reason is to try and encourage talent to apply for council.
Mm-hmm.
Which is now the primary reason. The legal thing isn't really a thing anymore.
I mean,
But yeah, it used to be that, right? But then,
Yes,
hang
yes.
on.
It was a bit. It was a component. Yeah.
Yeah, but even at the start when they had, do you remember the very first council? They got all the big players from like the hedge funds, VCs, and it didn't work out well, right? Because they were just like, guys, what are you doing? Or whatever. There was conflict there. I remember that. And I think it was Santiago or something along those lines who it just didn't align for whatever reason. I don't know the full details. But now that was a very long time ago, and the money stayed at a very high price for legal reasons, even after when they moved to Dubai for legal safety. And if that's you trying to bring in higher quality people and you're paying them, I think at one point it was like $4 or $5 grand a month or US, it might be more or less.
I think it was more than that. I think it was
which even that's even scary, right?
It was five. It was 5.
Yeah, so I mean it just
That's wild.
it's just like, I don't know if it's just misplacement of like, you guys have had so much money and now you're like tightening the ship now because you're running out of money per se. I just think it should have been nipped in the butt a very, very long time ago. Like
Labs didn't tighten the shit. The council did.
Yeah, but I mean, Labs should have tightened the ship because they still I know
Labs can't. Labs doesn't control it.
Well, to a degree, no and yes, because you have to understand that the voting power, they still hold all the voting power. Even if you say that like the people in the economy who are holding IRB tokens gets to vote, but their votes, because they have so many tokens, they still sort of edge which way most votes go. Let's be real, right? That would be an honest take.
Yeah, but really they just voted for like one person. They didn't they elected the council a little bit at one point, but not enough. Like Annie wasn't just gonna.
Absolutely. They have so much power with their tokens, right? Like, I know it's weighted in a certain way, so it makes it a little bit more fair. But if they go, shit, we need to put this person and this person in, they're going to be able to do that now. But if the game grew and there was more token holders and all this, then they wouldn't be able to do that as much. But even though it's probably a good thing that they can control it, and they should have controlled it a lot better over the years by going, shit, we really need to bring in some talent. Like, let's try and get Alex Becker. We'll pay him X. That's a shit example, but you know what I mean? Like, get in a marketing aspect of like why these people are on council or something like that. But yeah, council pay, bring it to close to 0.
That's what Jag's trying to do. Go speak with Jag. I'm sure he'd love your help.
Let me ask you this. I know I come in here guns blazing and I can't help myself, but think about it back in the day, like when there was like, obviously there's still community now. It's growing. It's great. I like seeing numbers go up. But even back in the past, say 2-3 years, let's be real, minus the talent aspect, if you just asked anyone from the community, hey, do you want to come on council and help grow this brand? I would say 8 out of 10 people would have done it for free. They just want to be part of something. I just don't understand why would you waste that money? Now let's calculate that over 2-3 years. Wow, there goes $200,000-$300,000 you could have spent on something else, you know?
Well, it's not really money you can spend. It's not a part of Runway in the same way, but I see what you're saying.
Okay, let me take it back even further. Follow the money to the wallets that get paid and watch where them sell those tokens on the market. What would be the difference? Nothing.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah,
You're welcome.
I mean, it's valid.
You're welcome.
Valid.
Yeah, I definitely think people would have done it for free. There's an element.
When I came in, I would have done it for free. I think all of us would have done it for free, man. When we
of course.
I offered my services for free for marketing, and
There's an element of they were a little bit afraid that people would basically do nothing while on the council. The problem is that kind of happened to a certain extent, anyways, and so it wasn't great. Yeah, so it wasn't great. But the idea was that they would do more work if they were getting paid, but that didn't play out quite in the same way. I think they're doing a lot behind the scenes with the council at the moment. There haven't been a whole lot of proposals and things like that, so it's a little bit hard to see sometimes. Big Man would do it for nothing as well.
How much are they getting paid now?
IMC is 1,500, and I think the ICC is 500.
It's way more reasonable. It is way more reasonable. Not ideal, but way more reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the episode. So we've got Tempest Gaming Guild. Tomorrow they have their Illuvium Leviathan Grand Tournament with 10K up for... Really? 10K up for Grand?
Yo, my guy prepped this. No idea what he prepped.
Can I play in this, or am I not allowed to play in this?
I think this is invite only. They had a series.
Can I ask? 3 weeks. Who gave them the 10 grand?
I think it's theirs.
There's no way. It has 400 views on it.
I don't know, man.
Who sponsors this? You can't be telling me that Illuvium gave him that much money for a 400 view count situation.
I don't know. Ask Storming.
I'm not going to ask him, but I thought you might know.
I'm not on the council, man. I can't say for
Oh,
sure.
I know. Oh, Jesus. So much money wasted. They could have done better.
It's great. It's great. Once they localize it to Portuguese, it'll be worth it.
I mean, I can't wait for that sort of stuff when they start localizing, because that was a good call from TSG six months to a year ago. Probably.
My point was they probably should have localized before an event like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of feedback from TFT guys from Brazil where that dude, there are people like Slooper, who's a TFT guy. Okay.
Sorry.
There's a guy like Slooper. There's a guy like Slooper from TFT. He's coming on. He's pretty much playing Illuvium full time now. And he's telling his other TFT guys, and they're like, we're really liking this. Not getting paid. They're just like, we like this game. This reward's cool. We like the game. Amazing. And I'm getting feedback of, we're sharing it with all these guys. They want to learn, but they can't because their English isn't that good. And I'm like,
it's like Illuvium, and I've loved Illuvium for a very long time. Has the best art and everything. It's just they can't seem to nail marketing is one thing, or how to structure.
You take that back. No.
But I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Like it's just so badly done, in my opinion. Let's do
this then. Let's do this then. What's your take on the latest Illuvium social strategy on X?
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't seen heaps because I've been distracted by Abstract, and I'm over there now. But you've seen
scroll through it. Scroll through it, bro.
Sure. Okay, I will do that right this very second.
Scoriox live.
Oh, can you do it live? Sure. Let's do that. That's easier for me.
This is 40 tokens.
Illuvium Council content.
That's August 5. 2 hours ago. 5 hours ago.
Who makes the shorts? Out of curiosity.
7 hours ago. It's not Taryn.
Yeah.
7 hours ago, 9 hours, 11 hours, 13 hours, 15 hours. It's about 10 today, maybe. Got to up your game, Taryn.
Okay, so this is much better. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's much better because what you need to do in this social media day and age, it's not about likes, it's not about comments anymore. It's about who you can reach. It's about, so even if you got 10 likes on something, it doesn't matter now. What matters
it's a volume game.
It's a numbers game. If you end up getting 1 billion views, guess what? You're going to convert a percentage of that.
Yeah.
If you just have one post a day and you're getting a big amount of views on that post, but you're not still reaching less than you would if you posted 5 times a day, then you're still losing, right? But it's better. There's diversity. There's a lot more going on. So that's step one. That's great. But there's probably still more to do. But
there's a lot of replies too. I didn't show you that, but there's a lot of replies too.
Are they replying to comments? Are they engaging?
Are they engaging?
Like reply guy. Basically, it's whoever runs the Illuvium account, they should hire someone 16 hours a day replying to, or probably not 16 hours a day, replying to big accounts, replying to every comment on every post.
Just scroll up, Scoriox. Scroll up and just go to the replies.
I am in the replies.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you should be able to see it.
Taryn.
It's
quite a few replies.
Okay, so yeah, there is some replies. This is good. It's like in the right direction. Again, you just need to triple down on that for one, and give people a reason or a purpose to post on things or like comment on things, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to leak a marketing strategy here, which I'm going to do for my project. Yeah, I'm launching a project on Abstract, right?
What makes you qualified? How many followers do you have, Sam?
0. So, I mean, I will prove how to do a project on a blockchain, and I will show everyone. And I will
let's have a challenge because I got a little something that I'm working on. So let's have a challenge, and I'll share my strategy as well. Maybe we help each other out.
Wait, I want insider tokens. That's all I care about, Sam. Give me that. I'll help.
I'll put my money where my mouth is. Not money, but like in regards to I'm doing a project, right? I bet you I get a shitload of followers. I bet you I get a sellout of Redacted, and I bet you a bunch of views on all my stuff for the first, say, month or so, right? I'll destroy
What's the strategy?
So I'll give you one hidden strategy that no one's doing, and it's so powerful that I don't even know if Illuvium could do it anymore because it might be too late for them per se, but this is what I'm going to do, right? So you start a Twitter account, you're on 0 followers, right? You do a huge marketing push, say you get, it doesn't even matter. Say you get 500 followers, right? Real people, somehow you get them in from a marketing point of view, which it would be super easy, right? You then DM
Just like
every,
that. Just like that. 500
no,
followers.
because like I did like a Telegram, and I already have
It's not
300-400.
that
Right?
crazy. It's not that crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
that's so it's like easy. It's super easy to get that. Like whether you spend marketing budget, use a couple of KOLs, spend some money there, no problem, right? However you get them in is irregardless. Community is everything, right? So what am I going to do? Say I go from 0 followers to 1,000 followers. Those 1,000 people, I'm going to DM every single one of them. Hey, Scoriox, I see that you're into Illuvium. That's awesome. Thanks for following the account. This is a little bit about it. Hey, if you're not too busy, happy to set up a 15-minute phone call so I can show you through it. Here's my calendar. Yeah. Let me know. Copy paste that, but make it very personalized to each person. Hire someone from the Philippines or wherever who you trust, or someone on a more of a.
There's automation systems. There's automated SaaSes out there that do that. If someone follows you, automatically do that. It's already out there. Yeah.
As long as it's personalized, right? But because you can't be spam, you can't be copy paste. You need to do it a bit more personalized. Make it short and give them a few infographics and stuff. And then guess what? You're going to book out calendar calls. Then you convince them on a 15-minute phone call. And guess what you do? 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000, 5,000. You do that over several months. Guess who your community is? Those sort of people. They're going to stick around. They're going to trust you. They're going to have emotional connection with you. And then if you have a good product, how do you lose? You don't. So just get your shit together. That's one massive little thing at the start that you could do. That doesn't include, pushing the socials on any other aspect. This is no marketing ad spend. This is no spending money on ads, because that's just a waste of money. You then create really good content. If you have the money, create 2D art content in some sort of way, get the views up, use TikTok, get the Giphies going. Like, it's not hard. It is a blueprint. There's a reason why Alex Hormozi can do the same thing time and time again and be successful. There's a reason why Mr. Beast can do the same thing time and time again. There's a reason why Mr. Beast could start a channel from 0, put no money in, no face, and still get it to 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
There's a blueprint to do this shit. It's just people are too egotistical or problems that they just don't want to listen to other people because they think they're right. And if I'm very honest in Illuvium's aspect, I even offered to use their IP like 2 years ago or even a year ago. No chance, right? And I get it. They're busy. They've got other things, and for whatever reason. But I'm sure they would have had a bunch of offers. But guess what? They didn't do it. They're like, no, it's our direction, our art, our way. Totally understand. That's their point of view. And guess what they're doing now? Oh, does anyone want to come? Like, how he wants to? Like, they're more open to this now because they were more in struggle street than what they were 2 years ago. So you need to pick and choose your battle. So say you're in a hype phase and you're killing it. You don't just take the foot off the gas. You start still helping people. You still get amongst it. You don't just like activate when you're screwed and go, okay, I got to clutch at straws here. I hope that makes sense in a non-offensive way.
No, it does. It does. And I'll tell you a little strategy that something that I'm going to be putting.
Am I getting yelled at in chat, by the way? I wouldn't even know. I don't even know where the thing is.
I wasn't even watching.
Yeah, they hate you. Oh my god.
So nothing's surprising.
I'll
share a little something that I'm going to be working on as well, man. And I think you could do it. I don't know, because if you want to be the face of it, you could do it for yourself as well.
Sure.
So a lot of people in traditional marketing, and that's, I think, a huge difference right now of oh man, we should go out with 1 post a day, 2 posts a day, 3 posts a day. In like corporate, we don't want to overwhelm our community. Like, it's going to feel spammy. And it's like, yo, that worked in 2010 when the algorithm served up every piece of content to your followers. That doesn't happen anymore. And right now, people are being so overwhelmed with content anyway that your job is to stand out. Like, you need something to reach them. And having 1 shot at bat, you ain't hitting the home run. If you're having 100 shots at bat, you have a chance. And so something that I really want to do, Kieran, no matter what anyone says, super charismatic. His ability to pull people in is massive. And it's so underutilized. So like what I was mentioning before with the Crypto Stash interview, he was there as a CEO. He put 24 minutes of his time. I'll round up maybe the intro and outro chat that wasn't live. 30 minutes. He put 30 minutes of his time and got 1 piece of content, which is that thing. I'm not saying that. Let me follow up. We've now clipped that to make 15 pieces of content.
Okay.
And then this is the trick, bro. Everyone's thinking, let's post 10 times a day. Well, you can do that on platforms like X. You can't do that on platforms like YouTube because the algorithm does say, hey, you're starting to spam this shit. So what you do then, because making a YouTube channel is super easy. So for Illuvium, we have the Illuvium channel. Then we have the Illuvium Plus channel. Then we make an Illuvium Worldwide channel. Then we make an Illuvium Global channel. Then we make an Illuvium XYZ channel. And then we use the same clips and put them in shorts. Just edit it slightly, put different gameplay, just do zoom in a little bit. So the algorithm doesn't actually take it as the same piece of content. And then you just push it out as much as possible. and start building a face behind the brand, and someone like Kieran, where he's going to get people in, if we can start posting, like there's someone that I know, everyone's like, oh man, we're posting too much, or we don't want to post too much. There's someone I know that's a killer at this stuff. He is posting one short form piece of content every 3 minutes. That's who we're competing against.
Yep, it's an eyeball competition, and you're 100% right. And I'm gonna, I'll be quick because I'll add on to this. But if it might be too late for Illuvium in a sense, because if you think of the core concept for my project, I don't mean to bring this up, but just an example. My thesis is provide max value to your investors / holders, whatever it may be, right? Obviously, Illuvium's gone up and down, left and right, and it's probably a little bit late because now people have left and they have this bad sentiment, but you can still change that, right? It just takes some time of social media and getting people on board and having a great breakout product. You need a breakout product for people to come over going, yeah, I want to come play this again. So everything that Taryn just said was 100% correct in changing these things across the board.
The good thing about the product is that, again, I understand Arena is niche. I get it. But it is I'll say pretty positively, that it stands on its feet. In that genre of games, it stands on its feet.
Why are you not? You're spending stupid money on council. I don't even remember the number that we just said. $5,000, 1,500, 500. Take that money, hire someone that you pay $500 a week to do 2D art, hire a couple of people to do a video, put them on TikTok of 15-second clips that are relatable. Yes, I understand that that's not going to bring in gamers, blah, blah, blah.
No, believe me, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
Okay, because I've said this a year ago, because it's wrong. Because if you put it on it, it'll find the right market that will.
What I'll say is give the social media stuff a month just to ramp up, because we need to get like a backlog. We need to start getting things in place. I'm saying a month pretty generously. Give it a month, and we're gonna see it on. We're just gonna see the output and distribution, because it is an eyeballs game, and there's someone there doing socials that understands this fully, and there's no gonna be like, oh no, but what about this? Oh no. Get the eyeballs. That is the job. And so, yeah, you're going to see Instagram, you're going to see it on Facebook, you're going to see it on TikTok, you're going to see it
much better
on X. Distribution is what we're seeing now on X with 9 to 10 posts a day. This is just gung-ho using what we have on hand. This isn't creating
numbers going up yet from that? I don't know how long it's been, but obviously you're going to lose followers a lot as well, because people are going to be, I haven't seen
very
that's
smart.
Just truth and bots. But then the numbers hopefully going to start ticking up eventually. You'll have that that inflection point, right?
So this shift of I'll actually get the exact numbers for you. This shift,
and you can tell he's really doing this, Sam, because look, he hasn't shaved in ages. He hasn't slept in weeks.
Wait, are you part of the team again, TSG, or no?
No,
I don't know anything anymore.
No, he's just talking to the socials guy. He's just really connected with him.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, fair.
Okay, so let me check it. No, the sleeping thing is factual. The beard, bro, this is 1 or 2 days. Relax.
No, he's a dad now.
Yeah. All right, cool. So if we're looking at, cool. It's been about 7 days since.
Oh, is that it?
Since the new social
strategy
has been
implemented. 3 weeks or so to get some good data. Yeah.
Correct. But I mean, you can still see what it's like 7 days in. Let me get the numbers.
Sorry,
so we're looking.
No, that's okay. But we're gonna wrap it up soon.
Yeah. It's okay. So impressions up 460%. Engagement up 300%. Profile visits up 371%. Replies 250%. Likes 600%. Reposts 200%. And then the videos, because there's a lot more videos. The views have gone up 7,000%.
Imagine if they did this a year ago or 2 years ago, and when the token
watch time,
there's more people.
Watch time 1,000%. And so, like, I'm looking at the like a random. It's funny because I actually do have it on hand. The crypto stash video, the 23-minute video, the one output from Kieran, that got about 1,400 views, right? A minute clip out of that, 1,400, and we have 15 more of those. And this is the views are just from X. What if we put that clip on TikTok? What if we put that clip on IG? What if we put that
and change the languages and do all these things and X, Y, Z?
Yeah. So there's ways like with a small social team at the moment. like the languages might be a little bit harder. But if we do manage to start scaling this up, and if we're starting to see these results, it makes sense to do that. But yeah, the one negative is there's two negatives, which is followers, which makes sense because you're scaling up, makes sense. And then engagement rate, which makes sense because if you're getting more impressions,
that's fine.
It makes sense.
That's normal.
And there is, and for anyone that talks about, but the followers, the example that I would give is followers don't matter. I don't know why people don't understand this.
It's
followers
don't
matter.
Zero. It equals zero.
Yeah, imagine you've got a football stadium with 10 million seats. Those are your followers, but you're only selling one seat. What value is the 10,000 seats? No one's coming to watch. No one cares. I'd rather have a one-seat stadium with 10,000 people outside trying to bang in, knock on the door. Like that, it's just so, like, it's very obvious. And obviously I'm pretty passionate about this, but yeah.
Okay, Scoriox, what's next? Sorry.
That's okay. We've also got the Moko Down game night with $100 up for grabs in raffle rewards.
Much more realistic. You don't need to give away 5-10 grand. Just a couple $100.
I'm 99% certain this is probably not coming from Illuvium at all, to be honest. But
even if Illuvium gave money to those other tournaments, it's too much money. It's too much.
And then we got this. We finally got a post from Robbie all about Illuvium, which is something I haven't seen in like 3 years.
Literally.
So huge congrats for that, Illuvium team. Well done, well done. Would have been nice if they gave us some money, to be honest. But that's, that's just me.
Illuvium replied. Did you see that, Sam?
That's good. That's really good. But I mean, I could say a bit more about Immutable, but we'll leave it at that, I think. Otherwise,
Okay. All right. And then we've also got the stream for the grand finals for the Illuvium Pro League 500. I'll leave you guys to watch it to see who wins, or just look on the Twitter.
You can just watch. Go to the X account, and there's a highlight video.
Are these hosts getting paid, just out of curiosity?
This guy. That's jokes, man.
Because I wouldn't pay them.
You wouldn't pay them? Then who's going to host it?
Yeah, but people will do it for love, surely. Just love, you know?
No, it's hard. It's hard because you got to...
For exposure. Is that what you pay them in exposure?
They have to weigh up. I've had this conversation because I'm in like the organization committee if they need me and stuff, but it doesn't work for my time zone. But then they have to weigh up participating or hosting, right? A lot of the hosts are players that are really good at the game and want to play in the IPL. And so they've got to toss that up. And so if it's hosting for free or earning a couple of $100 from playing, for the most part, they'll play. It's also more fun than hosting in a certain sense. So they do have to weigh that up. And so it's really hard.
Scoriox, you can peep this. It's a super short video, but it's a highlight.
Yes, I think giving them some money is important. To be honest. You don't want anyone to work for free, really. Plus, I think a lot of that money and stuff that they're giving to people like the hosts and stuff is actually coming directly from Aaron's team tokens.
So it's ILV tokens. Because if it's ILV tokens from him, that makes sense because they're not going to sell it because they have an emotional connection with Illuvium. Right?
It's a lot of that sort of stuff. Even the IPL tournament is pretty much all Aaron's tokens, I believe.
Yeah, but it's still too much. It's still too much.
I'm just saying.
And I'll tell you why, because it's going to put sell pressure on the token, which then the rest of the community, I mean, it's already pretty well, screwed, but you need to have a change. You need it to go up because token up is a huge marketing play. Look at what's that friggin' Binance coin that came out? Asta? Do you know much about Asta or no?
Just BNB.
No, Asta, the new one. They're competitor to Hyperliquid. They pretty much hold most of the tokens and they manipulate it. So then token price go up, then other people come in, marketing play. Illuvium could do the same, but I don't even know how they would at this point because they don't control them much. So, anyways.
Crazy.
All right, let's have a look at this.
Hey, we're three.
Diving on through, going to do so much damage.
The Jotun here is on the right plans and needs one more cast. Jonakinho takes another win, back to back.
There's only 2 heals left. Just a tank, just a support, Narcash. It's going to be a Slappin' versus Umber finale here to finish this one off. We lose Coolagast in 5th.
Jotun is onto the Umber who gets one more cast out to reset it all. Here comes one more cast. It's not going to be fast enough. The red team is melting away and it's going to be very, very close right here.
Go! Oh my goodness.
Congrats, Web3 takes it.
Okay.
Oh my god, it shits me how you put him in the middle. It shits me how you put him in the middle. Unless you have a podium graphic there, you can't be doing this. You're gonna put first, second, third. Insane. Or you're gonna put like a gold border around him or something.
I have a thing. That's a great video. Like whoever edited that and how much.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you. Well done.
Edit
I
that?
appreciate that.
The only thing I would say is like that gets me hyped up a little bit. I hate auto battlers, but that gets me hyped up a little bit.
I appreciate you. I'll say Jackson did the templates and the animations, and then I got the clips, the highlight stuff.
Remove the first bullshit at the start and go straight into gameplay with hype thing because
we're going to do that. That's next week. This is the first week. This is first week.
Yeah, start
we're doing
there.
that.
Yeah,
we're doing that. We're doing that next week.
You lose a lot of people straight off the bat. But other than that, good learning curve. So I reckon you do that next time, and that should get way more views.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Kieran, and we're like, we have a few ideas of things we want to test out. It's impossible to get a winning thing first round. So we've got a couple of weeks of iteration, and we'll find out what works, what doesn't.
That's a great video. That's
the only other thing you're missing is you're missing an engagement bait.
You need something.
I would attach a giveaway with this post. Top comment gets $100 or something like that. I don't know, but at minimum. But you could do something like what was your favorite moment or something, but not many people like comment on that. I think if you can give away money, you can amplify this thing to the moon really fast. I think that would be good.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you call out giveaways during the IPL events streams.
I don't know if in terms of marketing, I understand that it is eyeballs and stuff, but I don't know if the giveaways on socials makes sense. That's the one that I'm always very iffy about. X
nukes your reach once they figure out it's a giveaway or anything like that. But you can do things in a smart way. But I think there needs to be a call to action with a reason to comment or reason to repost. But I tell you what Illuvium should do. Free marketing again, 101 from me. Put some sort of point system in place to encourage people to start liking, commenting, and retweeting it, and they can earn points or something that then becomes whatever it may be, because then you get more reach because then it reaches them and then someone else. That is like the first thing that I'll be doing for my project. Thank you. Are
there systems are there platforms to do that?
There's heaps of them. Yeah.
I could do their own anyway, right?
I was hoping this sort of thing would be embedded in the new staking V3. I think that would be a big win.
Staking V3?
I have no idea. It's probably not going to have that, but that's the one kind of little thing I'm hoping they add in there. I think that could be really cool. But yeah,
they need that. You need reach.
Yeah,
they definitely need to pay creators to make content. I'm not biased in saying that, but I think that's the secret.
No, as soon as you're like, they need to pay. Sam is like, shut up.
To be fair, I was like, not really a creator, but I was like a poster, right? I felt no love realistically from the other end of the team during that phase. And Scoriox, hats off to you, man. You've been here for friggin' years, consistency videos. You deserve so much. There's the issue with your content is that the TVL, oh my God. The TAMS is so low that you can't reach more people because there's no one else that's using Illuvium. But you put in the work and make the videos and everything. So
can I ask, because I understand what you're saying, Sam. Scoriox, I'm curious. Within the last 7 days, no bias, objectively, the fact that your content is being clipped, the fact that you are getting reposts and tagged by Luke, like how does that make you feel? I'm very curious.
It's nice. I mean, I don't really pay that much attention to this sort of stuff much at all. I don't really focus on it. It's fun seeing. It is really fun going to my notifications, and half of them now aren't really my notifications anymore. They're notifications of Illuvium's tags on my account, right? When you tag me, I get notifications for them.
Yeah.
But it's really fun seeing the little comments in those notification stuff. I do love reading comments and stuff in general. So it's really nice to have all that and have my notifications filling up with that and being able to talk to people about that more. That's a lot of fun. But it's more inspired me to clip more of my own stuff, actually. That's the big thing.
Do you remember when I didn't have a fight, but I put a post up or something, and I remember Illuvium only wanted to post high quality Illuvium stuff like 2 years ago, and then all the creators ended up leaving. And I'm glad you're doing it now, whoever's doing the socials or whatever, because I hope you can bring a lot of those people back. And there's nothing better from a creator standpoint when you see a repost from that big brand. There's nothing better when they comment on it, because it gives you even
if it's a like, even if it's a comment,
even if it's one little click of a button of a like that's all it takes from a creator standpoint.
Yeah, like I remember I was talking, I forgot who I was talking to. But again, like the good thing is, like I've been on the creator side, right? I get it, and I remember like when I just get started this, and I remember it's crazy. I still remember it, even though it means nothing now. But I remember when Kieran followed my ex on my Twitter back then, and I was like, oh my god, crazy. And now here we are, and we're taking the piss out of each other all the time, and relationships cool. I wouldn't get that hyped to be comments, but. Yeah, like for a lot of people, Illuvium doing something with their posts, it feels good. Hearing
Yeah.
doing something, it feels good, and it's like we can't get jaded that we forget that.
All right, Scoriox.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is I've been around the Illuvium community for such a long time that Illuvium commenting on my post or Kieran commenting on a post is not that new to me or anything like that. So it's
It
not
still
that
feels
big.
good. You still feel good.
Yeah, but even the other day, like Dith
Yeah.
Dith finally followed me and he comments on all my Gigaverse posts and stuff like that. And I really look up to Dith. I think he's one of the best founders in this space and stuff like that. So that was a really heartwarming feeling. I felt that same way when Illuvium first followed me and stuff like that as well, obviously. But it's good stuff.
I know that I know you're a little bit jaded because you've been in Illuvium for a long time. But I know a lot of the new guys, like the TFT guys,
yeah,
like
of course.
Slooper. Like I know there was a repost. Slooper said, "Oh man, I did this. I got these rewards. I feel so good." Illuvium retweeted them, and then being like, "Hey, appreciate you." Blah 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 blah. And then Slooper again retweeted that, being like, "Hey, this recognition, this appreciation feels fantastic." That guy isn't getting any love from TFT, not the official TFT account. I guarantee you. So for him to come to a new game and get that love must feel good.
Yeah, and I think Big Man's been saying a big one too is if Illuvium could share around different streams and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. My recommendation,
Hard.
I know the thing is that's really hard. My recommendation, Big Man, would be actually create clips and stuff yourself and post them. And Illuvium will probably actually repost that at some point. They'll definitely comment on it, and I've seen them repost that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
that'll definitely be an element there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So real quick, sorry, I'll just say this and we'll wrap it up. Anyone in chat that is streaming, like Big Man, go look up something. You got to pay for it. It's I don't think it's that expensive. There's an app called Streamladder. You can put your stream in and it makes clips, and you can do a little bit of editing. It saves you so much time. And I know the Illuvium team is considering getting a guy that just does that to help with the socials as well. So because again, highlighting creators is huge, and we need to be doing what we're doing now is not enough. We need to be doing way more of that.
Okay, so we better wrap this one up. I'm going to get going. It's been a really good chat. It's been great to talk about the socials and stuff like that as well. I was looking forward to that. And yeah, my AMA with Kieran in 2 days. Looking forward to that. I hope you guys are all excited to watch that. I'm going to talk a lot about revenue, the MMO-Lite, the arena, hyping up the project, getting excited. October, I think, is going to be a really big one.
Council pay? You're going to bring that up?
Well, it's not really up to Kieran, so it's a bit hard.
I'm taking the piss, bro.
Would be interesting to hear his stance on it, though. So I'll definitely think about it. But yeah, okay. With that, the download is complete. Have a good one, guys.